Hi, and welcome to Anne-Marie's Workshop. My name is Anne-Marie, and I love to make things with joy. And this is my Anatomy of a Sew video. If you like to make things with joy, or just like to make things, and you have found the right place. Please like, subscribe, and share. Okay, guys, so this is day 16 of my hashtag Sew Reversible 2023 challenge. Where I challenge makers to come up with whatever pattern or whatever accessory that they like to make and make it double-sided or reverse. So today I'd like to talk to you about the oneL'Amour pattern from Gertie of Charm Patterns. Now, because I found 3 patterns that I've been looking for weeks, I guess I'm not going to be finding the cover of the oneL'Amour dress, which was I downloaded as a PDF, and I have made a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 times. Now, first of all, I'll move over here. This is the Charm dress by Gertie. I have copies of it here for you to see, and I want to show you what goes into them and what I use to make them reversible and why. Well, first, my inspiration was the oneL'Amour dress by Gertie. I love that 1960s skater dress sort of thing. But I know because I have a larger waist, it'd be difficult for me to find a pattern that worked for me. But on Charm's website, Gertie models things herself, plus she has a plus size model who's very, very curvy, and she was wearing a oneL'Amour dress and many other fabulous fashions there. And I thought, maybe. All right, so that was one inspiration. The second was I ran across this fabric at, Ping's. Anyway, it was an Ankara fabric. It was thick with wax, and I thought it was your standard authentic Ankara fabric, which is 100% cotton, waxed, and usually has a seal on it. But this was I think this was the second fabric that after I laundered it, I found out it's not 100% cotton. It's very fluttery and light. I believe I think it's almost entirely polyester. Now, I don't have a thing about polyester, but Ankara fabric, the color is true to the other side. All right, guys, checking to see if my dad just walked past. Now, usually the Ankara fabric is true to the other side. Let me show you an example. Now, here's an example of my latest acquisition from of Ankara. This is from the House of Mami Wata, the official seal, or some such seal, guaranteeing its authenticity, 100% cotton, right? So when I wash whatever wax, this one does not seem to be as waxed as other ones. It's 100% cotton. I embrace all types. I like the ones that are 100% cotton. I like the ones that are 100% polyester. And I like the ones that are this new blend, which is the 50% spandex, 30% polyester, and 20% nylon. So it gives that particular mix gives you a more firmer texture and stuff like that. And you've seen it on other dresses. I'll show you a dress I made with it. And the duster earlier this week was one side is made of that blend of Ankara. So the Ankara designation really is just their designation of the design. 100% authentic Ankara will be 100% cotton and will have a seal on it. And this one is printed in Holland, where Ankara started. Now, so I found this material at Ping, and it was, when washed, was super lightweight. And so I felt for that kind of skater pattern that was going to have stays in it. There's another word for stays. Hold on. Boning. I guess what's important is to know where to find it, not necessarily if you can't remember the word. Okay, she uses a flexible steel boning. I was a little adverse to boning because I am apple-shaped, but I will show you its effect in 2 separate dresses. All right, so first things first, when you're choosing something to be reversible, you have to choose if the fabrics are going to be compatible. Because the 2 fabrics were the same exact consistency, and they were both lightweight, because if you've seen my disaster of 2 heavyweight fabrics together, you know that sometimes it does not work. So kind of when you are pairing up your fabric, it is I would love to say there's a hard and fast rule, but sometimes serendipity offers you some magic. So you never know how it's going to work out. And like I said, if they don't work out, since they are 2 complete garments, you just take them apart and then you have 2 outfits. All you need to do is put the facings in. So it's a win-win. All right, so these were the 2 fabrics I chose. They were lightweight, but they had a little bit of body to them. And they were all in Jamaican independence colors because I wanted a dress to wear on Emancipation Day as well as Jamaican independence, which is like August 6th. So that is how this whole thing started. So I will show you the anatomy of the Charm, the L'Amour dress, and then I'll show you some other options for other dresses. So the first thing I do is create each individual dress, but I leave the zipper part open and I connect them at the sleeve. One side of the sleeve is one fabric and the other side of the sleeve is the other fabric. Now I like to, in this case, I love to put in a decorative pom-pom lace inside of the seam because it just really tickled me because of the circles on this side of the garment, and I think it looked just as well on the side with the chrysanthemums. So the first thing I did, I included this pom-pom trim all the way around the bodice, the straps, on both sides, and that is how the dress is initially connected. All right, so the sleeves, what do they call these, straps of the dress are placed inside the bodice after the bodice is complete, and then you leave space where these fit to run them through. Now in this dress, the bodices are not attached. This is one of my earliest concoctions, and I wanted to include this lightweight crinoline with a little bit of black lace at the bottom that can peek out beneath the hems of the skirts. So both the bodices are not joined. Now, in the future, I'll show you that the bodice is joined because I put in a crinoline band, and I'll show you that in a bit. But in this case, the zipper that is used is double-sided. It can come this way, or it can go this way. Okay? And you can get those zippers at Joann's, or you can get them online through Amazon. You can go either way. And just another option. Now in this reversible L'Amour dress, I did not use a double-sided zipper. I used a single-sided zipper with a decorative catch on the other side. So this side of the dress is gray, blue, yellow. It is a lightweight Ankara, and I have paired it with a heavyweight Ankara, and it is attached at the waistband, so I can show you my crinoline band. Now this dress is joined at the bodice inside of the dress because I have a crinoline band in here in which the 2 crinolines that I've created can be snapped in place and removed if you don't like it or don't need it. Now in this case, I did not use a trim to separate the two fabrics. I could have, because you can see how vibrant the other side is. I could have used a lightweight gathered lace, or if you've ever seen some of those distressed trims or piping, I could have used a common color like this blue, because I do have a bit of a purpley blue on this side. I could have used that to separate the sides, but I chose just to use my hack where I put the fusible woven web, otherwise known as Wonder Under, and I put it inside of the seam, and it keeps the sides separate. Now this L'Amour dress has the boning included, so I had to match up the bodice pieces and create a channel for the boning on the seams. So I kind of went like an 1/8 of an inch on either side of the seams and created the boning. And surprisingly, I found the boning very supportive, and I had no problems with it. Usually boning cuts into my middle, but this came out very nice. So I used the boning on this pattern. So the boning, it gets put in place before I attach the skirts together. And then when I attach the skirts together is when, in this case, I created the crinoline attachment right here. Now, reversibility is not limited to just one pattern. If you have a favorite dress pattern that you feel is an option for reversibility, then go with it. This is Vogue, hold on. This is Vogue 1102. She's a beautiful pattern that I did a reversibility on. Hold on. It has a tie in the back, and it's a beautiful pattern. Now this is the other side. It is a patchwork Ankara. It's more homespun looking, but just as pretty. It is entirely up to you. If your favorite dress is something that you want to reverse, give it a try. I think I'll show you over here. This is Sarah's favorite dress. This dress was a copy of a resale shop dress. That's because Sarah loves to shop in resale shops. And I did a rubbing, and I believe I have a video on how to rub a pattern so that you can make your own pattern from it, from a finished dress. And I made this for her for a wedding and added the crinoline, and it was a great success. So on, I think this coming Saturday, I'm going to show you how to make a crinoline, a removable crinoline that you can put inside of your dresses if you so wish. Now, I cannot recommend the L'Amour pattern enough, and the accompanying bolero jacket that coordinates so lovely with this pattern. Now, the thing about the L'Amour pattern is, once you buy it, you can do different bottoms. You can do a sarong skirt. You can do the wide skater skirt that I showed. It is a lovely pattern with lots of possibilities. Alrighty, the L'Amour dress comes with the following options. It has a bodice with a 3-way halter strap. It has a regular front and back that crisscross at the neck. They have strapless. They have a gathered shoulder strap, which is what you've seen on my dresses. They also have a bodice sash, which is like a flap that goes around and curves. It's a lovely interest. Then it also has a over-the-shoulder sash. Now, as far as the skirts go, there is a sarong skirt as well as a 3/4 circle skirt. It has so many possibilities that you can mix and match within one pattern. The thing about Gertie is she makes that her tops, her bodices, and her skirts go together, so you can mix and match. All right, guys, so that is the anatomy of the charmed dress, the L'Amour pattern by Gertie. It's a beautiful pattern to start with, but there are many, many patterns that you can use to create a reversible dress. All right, I hope you're enjoying this month of reversing, and we will see you soon.